We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard, and I wonder where you are.
Hi girls, I hope you're fine today. I'm really excited to show you this makeup look that I created. As you can see, I used bronze colors that give an intense effect to the eyes. You can see that the eyes look deep and sensual. This makeup works on any eye color, so I suggest you to try it. And also I find that these intense colors make you look more mature. And that's something you usually want to achieve if you're a teenager or you're on your 20s or you have a particular young look. So now it's time to start. I hope you find some inspiration, and if you liked the video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to hit the ring bell. Here we go, girls. So first of all, I think I'll go and tie my hair with 2 hair clips to make sure it doesn't get in the middle when I do my makeup. Then, as I usually do, I start with the eyes. I first apply Kiko's concealer as a base, so I will have a uniform base on which I go to apply my eyeshadow. So with a flat brush, I apply my concealer. The concealer helps hold the eyeshadow longer and the color becomes more intense. After this step, I apply a little powder to the entire eyelid. This way I can blend the eyeshadow much more easily, without getting it into the creases. Remember, the rule is cream on cream, powder on powder. Now let's move on to the eyeshadow. I only use one palette, the one of Cosmic Metals. I choose Champagne as my first color, and with a soft brush, I apply it on the whole eyelid. Then I apply a second color, Dark Gold. And as you can see, I start by applying it from the middle of the eyelid, bringing it outwards and blending well also the contours of the eye. When you go up coloring, be generous. Don't stop right at the edge of the eyelid, but go a bit more up. Then I move on to the light lilac color and apply it on the eyelid from the inside outwards, concentrating more on the lower part of the movable eyelid. Then I move on to the dark burgundy color, and I'm going to apply it as if it were an eyeliner, following the line of my lashes. After applying the eyeshadow like an eyeliner, I'm going to blend it in well with the other colors. If you have green eyes, this look will highlight them more, because the burgundy and lilac tones are in contrast to green. It really gives a beautiful effect. So now I apply the gold color to the rest of my eyelid, blending it well with the others. After that, I take a light pink color and apply it to the inner corner of my eye as a light point. Then I pick up the burgundy color again and start with the lower part of the eye and connect the upper eyeshadow with the lower one. I apply it up to the middle of my eyelash line. Next I take the light pink color and apply it on the lower eyelash line. Then I take an eye pencil in lilac color and apply it both on my upper and lower waterline. Wow, you see what a beautiful effect that gives. The eyes are really highlighted. Then I take the Zoeva liquid highlighter, which can be easily spread being liquid. For that, I take a brush with which I apply the highlighter inside my inner eye corner to accentuate the light point. So now I take a waterproof mascara that can incredibly lift the lashes and holds them like this for a whole day. Only with a waterproof mascara you can get such a result. Apply it to both the upper and lower lashes. Finally, I also apply fake eyelashes to make the look even more intense. Before I move on to the foundation, I clean the residues of the eyeshadow that have fallen on the face with 2 cotton pads. After cleaning both sides, I can apply the foundation. I use the one from MAC Face and Body. It's very light and doesn't make a mask effect. Besides, you can add several layers of color until you get the required coverage. Now, I just realized that I didn't put the hair clips, so let's go and put them on. After having applied the makeup well, with a beauty blender I blend the foundation. Then I move on to the concealer. I apply it under my eyes to cover dark circles, on my nose, on my chin and also on my forehead, as well as under my cheekbones. Then I also apply the concealer following the eyebrow lines. First under and then above the eyebrows. So now I fill the empty parts of my eyebrows with a brown powder. Then I blend the concealer well to hide the imperfections. Now I need to remove this little makeup stain I made on my cheek. Okay, now let's move on to the powder. I apply it all over my face. It's important to apply the powder before the bronzer, because otherwise you risk that the bronzer will stick to the wet part of the makeup. So either wait for the foundation to dry well by doing the eyebrows or something else, or apply the powder so that the makeup doesn't have hard edges. So now I apply the bronzer from the Upstairs 2 palette. First under the cheekbones, then under the chin, as well as on the face contours. Then I use a smaller soft brush to contour the nose. Now it's time for the rouge, always from the Upstairs 2 palette. And I apply it on the cheeks, under the chin to give harmony to the colors, as well as a little on the forehead and on the nose. Blend it well, so that you don't leave any unblended hard edges. After the rouge comes the highlighter. With a flat brush I apply a little over the cheekbones. You see what a nice glow effect it gives. I also apply it on my nose, on my chin and my cupid arch. And then I spread it well with my fingers. Then I move on to the lipstick. I choose a warm color but neutral enough to give more prominence to the eyes. I recommend that you always start from the middle of the lips, because this will make it easier to follow the lip line and you will be able to better recognize the proportions. When I'm done with the lipstick, I also apply a little gloss from the Upstairs 2 palette to give the look a little more glow. To correct minor imperfections, I use the concealer to redraw the edges of my lips. The last step I do is blending them with the beauty blender. And here's the finished look. So girls, hope you enjoyed watching. I really like this makeup and I will surely repeat it soon. If you liked it, please consider subscribing to my channel so that you help me grow it. And for any question or wish, please just write it down in the comment section below. So girls, see you in the next video.